Gross display of horsepower. Look at this air! Who came to see monster trucks tonight? Yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Switch it over! He's saving! Here we go!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Halloween Madness 5. The fans have absolutely packed the stands. We got a great field of trucks for you to go racing here tonight. We got 16 of the baddest of the bad ready to throw it down in the dirt, and they're all chasing the Halloween Madness 5 championship here tonight, trying to get a big-time win on the MTA YouTube channel. The pit party's wrapped up. Intros are going down. The fans have packed the stands. It's electric in the MTA arena here tonight. Halloween Madness 5 getting ready to go underway, and we've got a field of great veterans and a couple of new rookies joining the MTA lineup here tonight. One of them's going to cross the finish line first in our final round showdown. Who's it going to be? Ladies and gentlemen, that's for us to find out as the race continues on here tonight at Halloween Madness 5. So get geared up, grab a seat, because we're about to go side by side, Diecast Monster Truck Racing. Now, as we go ahead and take a look at how round one action is going to unfold here at Halloween Madness 5, up first in our lineup is going to be the Michigan Ice Monster, ready to take on none other than the Identity Theft over here on the inside lane. Brad Anderson made a huge show in the last couple of big events at the MTA Arena. He's ready to get a win. Then we're going to see Dragonoid take on the Samson Chevrolet. Mental Health taking on Little Miss Dangerous. Behind them, Jeremy Howes returns in an Escalade to take on Bradley Graham and King Sling. Then Jason Craddock and Gas Monkey taking on Bradshaw and Bigfoot. Avenger taking on Rammunition. Black Stein will take on Jester. And then Excalibur taking on returning Grinder back in the field of the MTA stable. So ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to kick off round one action here at Halloween Madness 5, and Brad Anderson returns tonight in Identity Theft. He is taking on John Walters. He's been out here one time before, ready to do battle here against the Identity Theft machine, trying to put Michigan Ice Monster on top. Will he be able to get the job done over Brad Anderson in Identity Theft on the inside lane? Both these drivers are staged, and we're kicking off Halloween Madness as we go green. Off the line to go down the straightaway. Ice Monster with the lead, but here comes Anderson on the inside. Getting a little out of shape, but he got it under control. Hits the graveyard down there in the shutdown area. Michigan Ice Monster got all out of whack in no man's land. Your winner, Identity Theft. He'll move on into round two competition. Now up next, the Monster Mania 5 champion from earlier this year, Aaron Church, returning in the back of God Dragonoid over here in the far lane, ready to take on Joseph Parker and the Samson Chevrolet Bowtie Brigade on the inside lane, hailing out of Circleville, Ohio. Who's going to go across the finish line first? Both drivers want this round one win bad here tonight. As we get staged now, the lights coming up. Back of God taking on Samson as we go green. Off the line they go now. Samson with the early lead. Dragonoid trying to catch up with him, but he can't do it. It's Samson pulling out a round one victory here tonight over Aaron Church and Bakugan Dragonoid. Samson advancing on in a round two competition. An awesome run, and that bad bow tie looks smooth over here on the inside lane. Now next up here tonight inside a round one competition, Devin Treat returning in Mental Health all the way out of Missouri, ready to take on Savvy Zillogy and Little Miss Dangerous. The beautiful 1941 Willys over here, staged on the inside lane, trying to get a big time win out here on the MTA YouTube channel. Both drivers are staged at the line. Devin Treat and Mental Health, Savvy Zillogy, Little Miss Dangerous. Both these trucks are staged. As we get set to go green now, off the line they go. Little Miss Dangerous has an early lead. They go up and over no man's land. They make contact, and over goes Little Miss Dangerous. And Devin Treat and Mental Health sends it into the graveyard, and over goes Little Miss Dangerous once again, ladies and gentlemen. What an incredible ride here tonight at Halloween Madness 5. Two great competitors throwing it down inside of round one. As we go back and take another look at your MTA replay, let's try to figure out what happened here. As we go to the top of the track, ladies and gentlemen, off the line, Little Miss Dangerous, as you see, has the early advantage. Coming down the straightaway, gets a little crossed up right here through no man's land. She goes over, gets into Mental Health, making a little bit of contact and turning the truck over. So your winner, Devin Treat and Mental Health. But what a memorable moment by Savvy Zillogy and Little Miss Dangerous, trying to throw it down for the MTA fans here tonight at Halloween Madness 5. MTA track crew and officials are down there now to roll her back over, and then they're going to make an attempt to get Mental Health out of that graveyard there in the shutdown area. Nonetheless, Little Miss Dangerous making many fans here tonight with that wild race. Your winner, Devin Treat and Mental Health, will advance on in a round 2 competition. Now, next up here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, in round 1 action, it's the return of Bradley Graham, the King of Kings, all the way from Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina. King Sling back at the line, ready now to take on an old-time Thursday Night Thunder rival, Jeremy Hiles in an Escalade. Stage over here on the inside lane. These bad boys are about to throw it down inside of round 1, trying to get across that finish line first. Who's it going to be as we go green? Off the line, they go down the straight stretch. They're pretty even up and over no man's land, and it's a close shootout all the way down to the wire at the finish line. Neither driver wanted to give each other an inch, and it was a shootout all the way to the finish line. We're going to go back and take another look at your MTA photo finish. Who got the round 1 victory, Escalade or King Sling? And ladies and gentlemen, your round 1 winner is Bradley Graham and King Sling, and it wasn't by much, maybe a tread of a tire over an Escalade. What an incredible matchup that was. But as we move along with round 1 action, it's the return of Jason Sensation and Gas Monkey, ready to take on returning Bradshaw from the Crush This podcast in the Bigfoot Bad Boy, the truck based out of Pacific, Missouri. Ready to throw it down against the Mopar No Car in the far lane. Jason Craddock's going to give it all he can to put the Dodge Power Plant in the winner's circle here tonight over the Big Bad Ford. Who's going to take the round 1 victory? Dodge Ford as we get set to go green. Off the line they go down the straight track. Bigfoot has a slight lead over no man's land to the finish line, and it's all Bradshaw and the Bigfoot Bad Boy. He will take out Jason Sensation and the Gas Monkey out of the far lane. A rough ride there. Looks like Bigfoot may have been a sway bar. He'll be back nonetheless for round 2 competition. An incredible matchup. The races are getting close, but next up, old Dan Chichigosh and Rammunition hailing out of Champaign, Illinois. The Dodge camp now in that far lane to take on Jimmy Bones Ferguson in the 1957 Chevrolet Avenger out of Columbus, Michigan. Bow tie taking on the Dodge camp. This right here is going to be a knockdown, drag-out brawl all the way across the finish line. Who's taking the win? Avenger takes on Rammunition. Green light goes down on the line. They go. Avenger has a slight lead. Here comes the Dodge camp on the inside lane. And I don't know if Cheech had enough to come back on him there at the finish line as Jimmy Bones Ferguson and Avenger was giving it all he had there. Put it to the wood all the way down that last set of cars. We're going to go back and take another look at our MTA replay. This is how close the race was, because as they got to no man's land, Cheech really turned on the power in the Big Bad Dodge here on the inside lane. Down the straightaway now, Jimmy Ferguson and Avenger has a lead on him. Watch right here as they settle down in no man's land. Here comes Rammunition on the inside, and he's got just enough to outrun the Avenger Chevrolet. Dan Cheech, a gouge, and Rammunition will pull out a big win here tonight inside of round 1 over the Chevrolet camp and Avenger. Now next up here tonight inside of round 1, Joey Andrews returns, the Monster Mania 4 champion in Black Stallion, Ford based out of Hagerstown, Maryland, ready now to take on the Bad Boy, Johnny Redlaw and Jester. Stage over here on the inside lane, rocking the green body for tonight's race, ready to throw it down against the Black Stallion Ford. Who's going on in round 2 as both trucks are staged and ready to go. Halloween Madness 5 championship on the line. Green light goes down the straightaway they go. Black Stallion had to leave, but here comes Jester on the inside. A close shootout all the way down to the wire. It did look like, however, Joey Andrews and Black Stallion may have had just enough to outrun the Jester machine. Here's another look at your photo finish here tonight, and your winner will be Joey Andrews and Black Stallion taking out Johnny Redlaw and Jester here in round 1. But now, as we get set to close out round 1 action here tonight at Halloween Madness 5, newcomer to the scene, Garrett Gears returning in the Advanced Auto Parts Grinder, ready now to take on another newcomer to MTA, Josh Rhodes in the Excalibur Chevrolet, stage over there on the outside lane. So a good race here, Bowtie camp and the Ford camp. And we're going to see who's going to advance on into round 2 competition. Excalibur taking on Grinder stage now as we go green. Off the line they go now. Grinder got the hold down. Excalibur's coming back on it, making contact, and over goes Rhodes. And Excalibur in the shutdown area. Garrett Gears kind of lost it there in no man's land, got over into Excalibur's lane and shoved him right over the finish line, turning him over. We're going back and taking another look at your MTA replay here, folks. Right here off the line, Grinder did pull the whole shot, tries to hold down the horsepower, coming down the straightaway. Watch Josh Rhodes here in Excalibur. He's bringing in the big bad bow tie. There goes Garrett Gears crossing over, making contact with Rhodes, flipping him over the finish line as they went over that last jump. What an incredible matchup. I'm not sure if something broke on Grinder and he lost it right there going through no man's land. Our MTA track crew and officials got him out of the truck. They're getting ready to roll Excalibur back over. He is your round 1 winner. The question remains, is the Excalibur crew going going to have that truck back and ready for round 2 competition because obviously they have got a lot of damage done in the truck. We'll have more updates as the night goes on. We'll be down in the pits with the crew getting updates to see if Excalibur is going to make the call. But ladies and gentlemen, we still got a lot more racing yet to come. Excalibur and company have a lot of work to do to get that truck back and ready for round 2 competition. So ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. That was the end of round 1, but we still got a lot more Diecast monster truck racing still to come. Round 2 action of Halloween Madness 5 is coming up next after the break.
This isn't your typical motorsports podcast. You're listening to Crush This, a monster truck podcast presented by High Octane Coffee and J Concepts. A show where we take you inside the minds of your favorite drivers, past and present, of the monster truck industry. And now, your hosts, Brad Shaw and Dan Chichagash. Buckle in. The show starts now.
Hey guys, Steve here with Monster Truck Attitude. If you haven't already, be sure to head over to Facebook and YouTube and check out the Crush This podcast. Join along with Brad Shaw and Dan Chichagash as they bring in a special guest each and every week to go behind the scenes and talk about the monster truck industry. Again, be sure to check those guys out Tuesdays at 8 o'clock p.m. on YouTube Live and Facebook. You'll be glad you did. And always remember, you keep the shiny side up and keep the rubber side down, and we'll catch you guys down the road. And welcome back to round 2 competition here at Halloween Madness 5. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of great action happening in round 1. We're getting down to the nitty gritty now as we get ready to check out how round 2 is going to break down. Identity Theft set to take on Samson. King Sling will take on Mental Health, other side of the bracket. Rammunition taking on Bigfoot in a Crush This podcast showdown. And then we're going to see Black Stallion take on Excalibur if they can make the call. If you remember at the end of round 1, Garrett Gears and Grinder got into Josh Rose and Excalibur. The crew, as you can tell, is down there in the pit area. They are thrashing on that truck. And after talking to the crew chief, they said they should be able to get that truck back to the line. They broke a kingpin and a spindle. They're thrashing on it, trying to get it back and ready for round 2 competition. So hopefully Excalibur will make the call and we will see them back. Right now, as we go ahead and get round 2 action kicked off, Brad Anderson returns an Identity Theft. He's ready to take on Joseph Parker in the big bad bow tie Samson Chevrolet at a Circleville, Ohio stage down that far lane. Both these drivers trying to get a championship win here tonight. They ain't going to cut each other any slack. Stage at the line as we go green. Samson and Identity Theft down the straightaway. They go up and over no man's land. Identity Theft is out of shape, and Samson looks like he pulled off a big time win over on the outside lane. Not sure what happened to Brad Anderson here. On the inside, looks like he got out of shape there as he got inside of no man's land. And old Samson takes it for a trip there in the graveyard inside of the shutdown area. We're going back to your MTA photo finish, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner in round 2. And that's pretty close, but it's going to be Joseph Parker and Samson taking out Identity Theft here in round 2 action. Now, next up at the line, the King of Kings returns. Bradley Graham and King Sling out of Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, ready to throw it down against Devin Treat inside of Mental Health. Now over there in that far lane, he's got an all-new truck coming out, so be sure to check that out once it arrives and debuts on the MTA YouTube channel. One of these drivers going across this finish line first and moving on into the semifinals. Who's it going to be as Mental Health takes on King Sling? Green light goes down off the line, they go down the straightaway. King Sling with the early lead over no man's land, and what a ride for Bradley Graham as he shuts it down. What an incredible ride. Looks like he hit that trench box going across the finish line, and we're going to go back and take another look at your MTA replay as Devin Treat and Mental Health launches that truck down inside of the graveyard. What a wild ride for both drivers. Nonetheless, King Sling does look like he picks up the round 2 win over Mental Health. Here's another look at your MTA replay, folks. Down the straightaway they go. Bradley Graham and King Sling by about half a truck has the lead on them. And watch right here as they go over the first dump, settles it down in no man's land. Right here, the back tires clip on King Sling on that trench box, shoots him end over end. What a ride for Bradley Graham and King Sling. He is your round 2 winner over Devin Treat and Mental Health. An incredible matchup, no doubt. But now, you talk about incredible matchups. It's the boys from the Crush This podcast. Dan Chichagash and Rammunition, the Dodge out of Champaign, Illinois, taking on his protege, Brad Shaw and the Bigfoot Bad Boy, all the way from Pacific, Missouri. Ford versus Dodge here tonight. A grudge match from Crush This. Who's going on in the semifinals? Both trucks are staged as we go green now down the straightaway they go. It looks like Cheech and Rammunition with the early lead. Bradshaw coming back on 2 wheels, turning it over in the shutdown area. Bradshaw and Bigfoot was coming back on the Dodge there as they went over that last of the cars to the finish line, and Bradley Shaw and Bigfoot upside down in the shutdown area. Rammunition gave it all he had there, put down the Dodge heavy horsepower in no man's land. Here's another look at your MTA replay. Off the line they go. Both drivers cut a great light. Down the straightaway, here comes Rammunition starting to pull a lead. Bigfoot knows he's in trouble, settles the truck down. Here comes the big Ford horsepower. Right there at the line, your winner is Dan Chichagach and Rammunition by a tire over Bigfoot here tonight. And Bradshaw tries to get it under control. Rocked up on two wheels, and over she goes, does the Bigfoot bad boy. They're on the trailer tonight. Rammunition advancing on into our semifinal matchup. Now, next up here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, in round two competition, a big-time storyline going on. Excalibur rolled the truck over in round one due to the help of Grinder. He's trying to get back at the line to take on Black Stallion, and the crew has just told us they have got the truck back together. Excalibur will make the call to take on Black Stallion. So, ladies and gentlemen, they're heading up to the starting line right now. Joey Andrews and Black Stallion stage over here in the far lane. Hagerstown, Maryland native, the Ford camp, ready to take on the Chevrolet camp. Josh Rhodes and Excalibur. Again, the crew thrashed on that truck so he can be back for round two. Who's going to go across the finish line first to close out round two action? Black Stallion taking on Excalibur. It's anybody's ball game. Ford versus Chevrolet. Here's the green light now, and Halloween Madness 5 down the straightaway. They're even up and over no man's lane in the shootout to the finish line, and Excalibur pulls it out over Joey Andrews and Black Stallion, and what a big-time win for that Excalibur team. That crew thrashed on that truck to get him back for round two, and it seemed to do him well as he gets a huge win here tonight to close out round two action. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Excalibur's back in it. We got more great racing still to come. We started with 16. We're now down to 4. Semi-final action is coming up next. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Halloween Madness 5 right here on the MTA YouTube channel. I hope you've enjoyed this racing thus far. Leave a comment down below if you love what you see here on the MTA YouTube channel. But right now, we're kicking things over to semifinals. Samson ready to take on King Sling, and then Rammunition taking on Excalibur here in our semifinal matchups. As we saw in the previous round, Bradley Graham and King Sling rolled that truck over against Devin Treat and Mental Health. The crew went back, got that truck ready to go. Couple of zip ties and some duct tape, and they got the body back on that truck. King Sling ready to go. However, Joseph Parker in the Samson Chevrolet, he's been smooth and consistent all night long, proven to be a fast truck. Who's going on in the finals? King Sling, Samson. Green light goes down on the line they go, and Samson's got a slight lead on King Sling now, and Samson pulls it out with a little bit of contact right across the finish line into the shutdown area. Both drivers hit the graveyard down there, but Samson got a little crossed up. Nonetheless, is your semifinal winner over Bradley Graham and King Sling, and that's the best we've seen King Sling run in quite some time. So kudos to the King Sling team. Samson moving on to the finals. Who is he going to meet there? Because Dan Chichagach is back in Rammunition, the Dodge camp out of Champaign, Illinois, ready to take on Josh Rhodes, the new kid on the block in the Excalibur Chevrolet now. A lot of work done to that truck in between round one and round two, now finding himself in semifinal actions against a good buddy of his, Dan Chichagach and Rammunition. Dodge taking on Chevrolet. Who's going to the finals? Here's the green light of Halloween Madness 5 down the straight stretch. The Dodge got a lead on him through no man's land. Cheats out of shape, puts it on two wheels inside of no man's land, and that may have costed him the race. Right there is the Excalibur, shot across the finish line, settled it down in no man's land with ease, putting down the big Chevrolet horsepower. We're going to go back and check out an MTA replay, I want you to take a look at what happened to Dan Chichagach and ammunition as he got the dodge in no man's land. He kept it under control, didn't turn it over. What a piece of driving by Dan Chichagach. Watch again as they come down the straightaway. He has the lead on Josh Rhodes and Excalibur. Launches over the first jump, got a little swirl up right there, puts it on two wheels and drove it out. And at the line there you see it. It was just enough for Josh Rhodes and Excalibur to come back on him, putting the ammunition dodge on the trailer. Excalibur will be in our final round showdown. What an incredible matchup and what a story the Excalibur team is telling here tonight. Defying all the odds of that round one rollover, the crew thrashed on that truck and got him all back together. Now he's in our final round showdown to take on Joseph Parker and Samson. So it's an all bow tie shootout for our finals. Who's going to take the win? We're going to find out next after the break. If you can't get enough Diecast Monster Truck Racing action right here on MTA, be sure to check out our friends over at the Midwest Madness YouTube channel. Get ready to romp and stomp all over the track, tear up the trucks, and watch the carnage unfold. They host some of the best side-by-side Diecast Monster Truck Racing you will ever see. Also, check out all of our social medias. You can find them on Instagram, Facebook, as well as the Midwest Madness YouTube channel. Some great racing action you don't want to miss. Be sure to go over there and check them out. Like their videos and subscribe to the Midwest Madness YouTube channel. Welcome back to Halloween Madness 5, ladies and gentlemen, and it's come down to two trucks. Samson, Excalibur, it's a battle of the Chevrolet camp in our final round showdown here tonight. Josh Rhodes and Excalibur had that rollover earlier tonight. The crew thrashed on that truck to get him back, and it's proven to pay off here as he's in the finals to take on Joseph Parker in the Samson Chevrolet camp out of Circleville, Ohio. And we haven't talked about him much, but he has run smooth all night long, been consistent with his passes. Samson, a top contender in our final round showdown. All the hard work that the Excalibur crew put in seems to be paying off. Is the truck well enough to go one more round against the Samson Chevrolet? Ladies and gentlemen, this is what it's all about. Halloween Madness 5 Championship is on the line. One of these drivers is taking home the hardware and all the bragging rights. Who's it going to be, ladies and gentlemen? Samson, Excalibur. It's showtime here tonight at Halloween Madness 5 down the straight stretch. They're even through no man's land, and Excalibur shuts it down, tagging the wall. Josh Rhodes and Excalibur gets the Halloween Madness 5 Championship win over Joseph Parker and Samson. Not to be denied of his credits here tonight, as Samson was so smooth and consistent all night long. Here's another look at your MTA replay, folks. Down the straightaway they go. Excalibur maybe has a tire length lead over Samson. Up and over the first set of cars here. Samson gets a little out of shape right there. But Josh Rhodes and Excalibur with a smooth pass of his own goes across the finish line first. And after all the triumph here tonight, your winner at Halloween Madness 5, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Josh Rhodes and Excalibur. And ladies and gentlemen, what an incredible night of racing here on the MTA YouTube channel. I sure hope you all enjoyed Halloween Madness 5. A lot of great racing, a lot of awesome crashes. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, please be sure to like this video. And always be sure to crush that subscribe button. And I'll catch you down the road. See you next time.
Standing tall up in victory lane, I done brought the pain and now they screaming my name. Yeah, everybody saw me rock the place. Now there's flashbulbs are popping and mics in my face. Always giving the crowd what they need. Now they're wearing my shirts front row to nosebleed. Now the crowd forms is what it's all about. Signing autographs until the lights out. Yeah, it's about that. It's about that.